will be coming in early in the evening. We'll also have your national forecast at 23 past the hour, and at 33 past the hour we go to Force of Nature. We will talk all about some of the snowy landscapes right across the country, but a little bit more on daylight saving time for you now. 2 a.m. local time. Make sure you turn back and fall back all those clocks, especially if you're not relying just on all the electronic devices. Let's also talk about the fact that we could have some power outages, ferry delays and cancellations for some of you along British Columbia South Coast, especially winds could be gusting in excess Sunday overnight into Monday, 90 kilometers an hour. Cooler air comes in along with some heavy amounts of alpine snow. We'll talk about the treacherous driving, and then for those of you in Ontario, stay tuned. We'll talk about 20-degree warmth on the way with a windy and wet price tag.
Looking to sugar down and protein up? Enjoy tasty Too Good yogurt with 80% less sugar than the leading flavored yogurt and high in protein. It's the afternoon snack that's got your back. Less sugar, high protein. Too Good.
A deep freeze caused the power grid to completely collapse, and we had a client that was in some trouble. Using specially modified cameras and drones, he took care of it all from a safe distance.
We are Paul Davis!
I am Paul Davis, and I am a difference maker.
This holiday season, Ziploc has partnered with Second Harvest, Canada's largest food rescue organization. And now until December 28th, for every Ziploc brand product you buy, Ziploc will provide a meal to a Canadian family in need. S.C. Johnson.
Shop early Black Friday deals at PetSmart. From October 28th to November 3rd, save $10 now and $10 later on select dog food. Save $8 now and $8 later on select cat food. Plus, save 20% on Greedy's dog treats. PetSmart. Anything for pets.
Need help reducing the look of your dark spots? New Nivea Luminous 630 Dark Spot Solution. 10 years of research. One patented solution. Reduce the look of dark spots and try the world's #1 dark spot serum for luminous skin. 100% satisfaction or your money back.
commission weather reports, or to report any barriers to enjoying our services, email us at accessibility@pelmorex.com.
Glad to have you with us. Time for your continued national forecast. Meteorologist Melinda Singh joins us. We are watching a classic fall storm shape up for the end of the weekend for those of you in parts of the British Columbia South Coast especially.
Yeah, we're tracking winds gusting well over 80 to 100 kilometers per hour across the north coast. Down towards the lower mainland, that's where we're tracking as well. Winds gusting upwards to 70 kilometers per hour. Definitely a windy day, but also accompanied by quite a bit of heavy rainfall and high elevation snowfall.
That front moves on shore Sunday overnight into Monday morning. Could catch a lot of alpine drivers off to surprise as well. This is more of a late November pattern for this early in the season. Rainfall totals could be in excess of 50 millimeters as well, along with some of that snowfall, especially on passes like the Coquihalla and the Allison.
Yeah, definitely looking at roughly 5 to 20 centimeters of snowfall along those highway passes by Tuesday.
Along with winds again gusting upwards of 90 kilometers an hour. Temperatures, though, seasonal all throughout, but plunging cooler air incoming for Monday.
Yet not only across parts of BC, but also across the prairie provinces, cooler air engulfing majority of the region. But that's also be bringing in some snowfall as we head into Sunday, Monday, and lingering through Tuesday.
Single-digit highs for many of you in parts of the prairie provinces, including this rain for parts of the southeastern portion of the prairies into Manitoba before that next low-pressure system forms with that incoming snowfall. And for parts of Ontario, we're talking about windy, wet, and very mild for the next few days.
Yeah, we're tracking a Texas low moving through, bringing some rain across northern Ontario. Across the south, we'll start to see that by Tuesday, but a warm-up is also on the way, so enjoy your Sunday because the dry conditions won't last for long.
Yeah, 20s on the way for parts of Tuesday. Those are temperatures anywhere from 10 to even 15 degrees above seasonal. Wet weather far to the north. This warm weather will move in for parts of southern Quebec and Atlantic Canada midweek. Back at 2 a.m. local time on Sunday, but with darkness coming earlier, here are some safety tips.
Well, it's inevitable. The days are getting shorter. It's getting darker earlier, and that means that it becomes a little more dangerous, especially for pedestrians. So, how do we keep everybody safe this time of year? I spoke to the experts to find out.
If you're running, walking, getting your exercise in the morning or even late in the evening, wearing high visibility clothing is going to make yourself much more visible to other people around you. Sometimes even having lights on your body will help you be visible as well, or on your bicycle if you're riding a bicycle, and just having your head on a swivel.
According to driving.ca, road safety statistics have shown that November is the worst month for pedestrian collisions, particularly between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m. Suddenly, people who are driving home from work in daylight are now driving home in darkness, and it happens almost instantly after the return to standard time. Schmidt has this advice for drivers.
Make sure your speed is appropriate for the conditions, for the weather that you're dealing with. Rain, snow, fog, mist, anything that will reduce your visibility. And remember, pedestrians can appear from anywhere, from the left, from the right, at an intersection, or even mid-block.
We know that collisions spike this time every year because of the changing weather and the lack of daylight. But an expert on urban planning says we should be making our streets and our community safer by prioritizing pedestrians.
You would likely see narrower streets in terms of where cars can go. You'd likely see reduced speed limits and traffic calming of some sort. Things like lighting and other design elements you can include to encourage slower speed. It's when you build roads very wide, no matter what speed limit you put on them, people will drive faster than if you make it a little bit harder to navigate.
Most recognizes this may not be ideal for drivers, but it's better for a greener community.
If we're thinking about personal safety and environmental issues as being key to what we want to achieve with public policy these days, then those things do have to become a priority.
Spot a cool cloud or some wonderful wildlife? Use hashtag #ShareYourWeather to submit photos and videos with us on social.
Oh, wow.
For our blind and low vision viewers, the Weather Network offers regional audio description weather reports during our local forecast on the 10s.
Looking to sugar down and protein up? Enjoy tasty Too Good yogurt with 80% less sugar than the leading flavored yogurt and high in protein. It's the afternoon snack that's got your back. Less sugar, high protein. Too Good.
Que será, será, whatever will be.
He did it again. Yeah. Oh.
It's Leon's Save the Tax event. Save the tax on select furniture, including the Maxton reclining sofa with power reclining and genuine leather. Now only $16.99 plus save the tax. Final weekend.
Need help reducing the look of your dark spots? New Nivea Luminous 630 Dark Spot Solution. 10 years of research, one patented solution. Reduce the look of dark spots and try the world's #1 dark spot serum for luminous skin. 100% satisfaction or your money back.
Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Every dollop is so rich and creamy, it makes any sandwich delicious. Irresistible. Hellman's Mayonnaise.
Looking to sugar down and protein up? Enjoy tasty Too Good yogurt with 80% less sugar than the leading flavored yogurt and high in protein. It's the afternoon snack that's got your back. Less sugar, high protein. Too Good.
It's a nice idea. Always putting together perfectly packed lunches. Going to every practice, giving every ride, entertaining every weekend, and being the one that has everyone asking, how do you do it? But is it the right idea if we're all running on empty? The truth is, no one can be #1 without taking care of #1 first. Feed what nourishes you. Dempster's.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
Get on-demand videos and local weather on any smart TV or streaming device. Learn more.
Glad to have you with us. Meteorologist Melinda Singh will join us in just a moment. It's time for your national forecast. Beautiful sunrise from Saturday morning in Port Stanley. And hey, a few more of you might get the chance to see that elusive sunrise because we have that elusive extra hour of sleep coming as we fall back. Sunday, local time, 2 a.m. in most provinces across the country. You'll have darkness setting in a little bit earlier. It's always cooking dinner in the dark. That gets me the first few days as you adjust your circadian rhythm. See extra sunshine for the next few days to help you get used to it. Where will you have a better chance of that? Well, a beautiful ridge is building in, but it might not bring the sunshine in parts of Ontario, and certainly active weather without a lot of sunshine in parts of Western Canada as well in the coming days.
Yeah, we're seeing a boundary develop across parts of the east and the west. Cooler air engulfs majority of the region, but a slight ridge will develop as we head into the second weekend of November.
And we're watching what's going to be shaping up to be a potent windstorm to end off this weekend and to the early part of this work week. For those of you in coastal sections of British Columbia, winds could be gusting upwards of 90 kilometers an hour, especially in parts of the south as this front pushes on shore Sunday into Monday with heavy rain and alpine snow as well.
Yes, it is going to be quite a bit of a washout late Sunday into Monday across parts of the lower mainland. We're seeing well over 20 to 50 millimeters of rainfall across that region as well. Western areas of Vancouver Island seeing 50 to 75 millimeters. We're also tracking quite a bit of snowfall, not only in the higher elevations, but as well in the mountain passes.
Yeah, so be careful driving on the Coquihalla, the Allison Pass, even through the Columbias. This is more of a late November kind of setup, so it could catch a lot of the alpine drivers off guard. This is great news, though, for the early part of the ski season, which will be opening up for some of you in just a few days. So a great early blanket for some of the skiers. Typical seasonal temperatures all throughout, though.
Yeah, absolutely right. Temperatures are quite nice for your Sunday afternoon. Enjoy it while you can. Cooler as we head into the prairies because we are seeing a trough develop. That's me bringing the chance for some snowfall as we head late Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday.
That rainfall as well for parts of the eastern prairies into southern Manitoba just before that as this low pressure forms through the early part of this upcoming work week with those dropping and plunging temperatures.
Yeah, Winnipeg rather, looking at temperatures around seasonal as well, but lots more sunshine in the long range.
Yeah, let's talk about Ontario. What an unreal week when it comes to wild weather, winds, and even temperatures that's shaping up. Typical fall day for Sunday. That southerly flow is about to push in, but looking back on November, it was quite dry, or October rather, it was quite dry.
Yes, it was. Now we're looking at quite a bit of moisture, especially for areas across central Ontario, including parts of the Nickel Belt, where we're going to be looking at heavy amounts of rainfall. That'll start to push in across northern Ontario as we head into Sunday overnight into Monday, starts to push southward into southern Ontario, including the GTA as we head late Monday into Tuesday and even lingering through Wednesday.
Yeah, so that that rain up to the north with that warm front, and towards the south you'll have the fog and the clouds, but we're importing a ton of southerly moisture, and that air exchange usually comes at a pretty windy price tag as that wind comes in pretty quickly, bringing in that southerly flow, so you will have some pretty impeccable warmth as well to come. Tuesday really takes the cake.
Absolutely right. Temperatures forecasted low 20s, even in the mid 20s. Down across Windsor, a high of 23 degrees for Tuesday. But yes, widespread rain, especially across parts of the north.
Now, these are temperatures anywhere from 10 to even 15 degrees above normal. Even the overnight lows will be in the mid-teens. A little cooler, though, for Sunday in parts of southern Quebec before your warm-up.
Yeah, nice day overall. The sunshine in the forecast as we head into Tuesday into Wednesday. We're looking at those warmer temperatures, but another cool down though, especially in the long range forecast.
Fantastic. Look at that. 20s in parts of southern Quebec for the first week of November. This warmth eventually comes for Atlantic Canada, but first let's look back on the winds that you had.
Yeah, we saw some gustier winds this past weekend and even the earlier work week. Now things will be easing though, looking at a bit of a northerly flow pushing off of the Gulf. So we're looking at another round of sea effect snow and rainfall impacting parts of Cape Breton and western areas of Newfoundland.
Okay, this warm up eventually comes for those of you in parts of Atlantic Canada come midweek. Until then, enjoy the calm with some seasonal temperatures.
Wherever you are, get a precise weather forecast by activating your location in the Weather Network app.
Nothing beats seeing your hard work on TV. When you send in your photos and videos to the Weather Network,
you help tell Canada's weather story. Send in your photos and videos all season long
for a chance to see them on TV.
Upload online, connect through social media.
Ladies and gentlemen, behold the cross-trek wilderness. Out there, it's a beast, ferocious, indomitable. Its hunger for adventure, insatiable. It turns the harshest of environments into its playground. And now, it performs for you.
The ruggedly capable new Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness.
Oh,
welcome back.
Looking to sugar down and protein up? Enjoy tasty Too Good yogurt with 80% less sugar than the leading flavored yogurt. And high in protein. It's the afternoon snack that's got your back. Less sugar, high protein. Too Good.
Deodorant, but not as you know it. For thighs, folds, pits, and bits. 72-hour odor control, full of skin-loving ingredients. Plus, it's dermatologist and gynecologist approved. Introducing whole body deodorant from Dove.
A deep freeze caused the power grid to completely collapse, and we had a client that was in some trouble. Using specially modified cameras and drones, he took care of it all from a safe distance.
We are Paul Davis!
I am Paul Davis, and I am a difference maker.
Need help reducing the look of your dark spots? New Nivea Luminous 630 Dark Spot Solution. 10 years of research, one patented solution. Reduce the look of dark spots and try the world's #1 dark spot serum for luminous skin. 100% satisfaction or your money back.
You can trust Royale bathroom tissue for quality and softness. But did you know it's carbon neutral? The Royale brand is part of an organization that plants millions of trees each year in responsibly managed forests. Royale. Trusted quality, carbon neutral.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
Get the #1 weather app on your phone. Weather advisories, precipitation, humidex, UV index, featured content, and much more.
Some unusual weather records have climatologists scratching their heads all across the world, like the snowless peaks. First off, in Mount Fuji.
Japan's Mount Fuji is one of the most iconic vistas in the world, and it has just broken a record. Standing at 3,776 meters, it's the country's highest peak and typically dons a layer of snow by early October. However, as of October 29th, it remains bare, marking the latest Fuji has gone without snow in 130 years of recorded history. The previous latest snow date was October 26th, established in 1955 and 2016. Normally, the slopes are blanketed in snow for most of the year, except during the climbing season from July to September. According to Japan's Kofu Local Meteorological Office, the absence of snow is attributed to unseasonably warm weather. This year, Japan experienced its hottest summer on record. An El Nino pattern and climate change have contributed to Japan's average summer temperature being 1.76 degrees Celsius above normal.
And meanwhile, the highest peak in Hawaii has turned into a winter wonderland.
Winter has arrived, but not across Canada, in Hawaii. The first snow of the season turned Hawaii's highest peak, Mauna Kea Summit, into a winter wonderland. The summit saw almost 5 centimeters of snow on October 28th, and while not uncommon this time of year, the snow was enough to close the road due to reduced visibility and icy conditions.
Here's the setup that brought the snow to the island, that ridge of high pressure to the north, that moisture band to the south, and we see that moisture moving from east to west toward the island. And because that mountain is so high, 4,200 meters, it's cold enough that any precipitation falls as snow instead of rain.
Hawaii is better known for its beautiful beaches and tropical landscape, but Mauna Kea regularly sees snow in the wet season from November to March. With its high elevation and dry climate, it is one of the best places in the world for sky observation and is home to 13 telescopes funded by 11 countries.
And juxtapose all that with ample water that is also filling up desert lakes in the Sahara that are usually bone dry.
The Sahara Desert isn't living up to its reputation this fall, as several lakes are appearing across its normally arid surface. These satellite images compare features in the northwestern Sahara before and after an extratropical cyclone brought unusual amounts of moisture to the desert in mid-September. The recent images clearly show that new blue lakes have emerged following the storm, some reaching over 100 square kilometers in size. According to NASA satellite analysis, almost 200 millimeters of rain fell in the region over 2 days, an amount they would typically get in an entire year. Events like this have only happened a handful of times since the turn of the century, notably in 2008, when at least one lake took 4 years to completely dry up. With some of the lakes measuring a depth of more than 2 meters, NASA says if no further rainfall events occur, then these lakes should take about a year to evaporate. Keep allergies at bay. For your local pollen, air quality, and mold, check out our allergy outlooks before you step outside.
Well, here is just the short list of all that we have planned for you. Still to come this hour, we've got Daylight Saving 101. What are the origins behind the fall back time change, and who makes the change and who doesn't? We'll answer all those questions for you. We'll also talk about the science behind why leaves change color. Many of you still have the last legs of a peak when it comes to fall foliage across the country. We'll also return to Force of Nature, and we'll talk more about the record-breaking fallout from all the flooding and rain in parts of Spain. Again, we've got lots more to talk about. Reminder to set those clocks back 2 a.m. local time for many provinces right across the country. Coming up for some of your forecast details, we'll talk about the classic fall storm that's setting in for parts of British Columbia South Coast, with winds that will be in excess of 90 kilometers an hour, heavy rain, along with those blustery winds, some even alpine snow and treacherous driving on the mountain passes as this frontal system moves in Sunday overnight into Monday. All of that and more coming up throughout the hour.
Stay tuned for our best Canadian dollar price ever on Bullseye Pro. What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere to fix that? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast, so strong, and so convenient. It's like putting the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires of your car on a single charge, or inflate a bag full of soccer balls at practice. Bullseye Pro is so advanced, it has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Plus, it can be 100% hands-free. You simply set the target pressure and walk away, keeping you out of harm's way. Bullseye Pro is lightweight, durable, and powerful enough to inflate this massive monster truck tire. Plus, it has 4 ultra-bright LED lights to safely inflate at night. Bullseye Pro comes with 3 custom air nozzles on board, so you can easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Forget driving to the gas station. Bullseye Pro is your anywhere, anytime inflation station. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system, all for just $79.99. That's our best Canadian dollar price ever. And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee. Plus, your entire order ships free directly from our Canadian warehouse. But to really inflate this offer, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. You get it all. An incredible value for one low price.
To order, call 1-800-307-5178 or go to bullseyepro.ca. So call 1-800-307-5178. That's 1-800-307-5178 or order online at bullseyepro.ca. Order now.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
When severe weather strikes, get critical information through Storm Center on our app, website, and TV channel. Stay ahead of active weather. For our blind and low vision viewers, the Weather Network offers regional audio description weather reports during our local forecast on the 10s.
Time to really break down this time change. Yes, daylight saving time ends in just a short while. And yes, we get that extra elusive hour of sleep, and sure, that will feel nice. But do you ever wonder why we really do this? Not everybody around the country will fall back as well. What are the origins of daylight saving time? And here's a hint. It actually has nothing to do with the farmers wanting the extra hours of daylight.
We are officially in fall, but it's not time to fall back just yet. Millions of Canadians change the clock forward on the second Sunday of March when daylight saving time starts, and back on the first Sunday in November when it ends at 2 a.m. Daylight saving time is often blamed on farmers wanting more light for harvesting, but it was actually first introduced as a way to save energy during World War I. Now, as of 1987, daylight saving time wasn't federally mandated, which is why not everyone in Canada will be changing the clocks. Famously, Saskatchewan does not observe, meaning they have the same time as Calgary in the winter, but Winnipeg in the summer, except for the Lloydminster area, which joins in on the time change. The Yukon, parts of northern BC, eastern Quebec, some regions in Ontario, and Nunavut also do not adjust the clocks twice a year. Okay, lightning round. Here are some quick daylight saving time facts. A time change can change the birth order of twins, paper at least. Violent crime in the U.S. during daylight saving time actually goes down by 10 to 13%. Candy manufacturers actually lobbied for daylight saving time to be extended to Halloween so young trick-or-treaters could extend their time out. Port Arthur, Ontario, now part of Thunder Bay, was actually the first municipality in the whole world to establish it on July 1st, 1908. It's daylight saving time, not daylight savings time with that extra S. Will daylight saving ever end? Love it or hate it, the biannual change doesn't seem to be going anywhere quickly. Both Ontario and BC have passed bills to throw out the time change, but they are waiting on neighboring states and provinces to make the change as well. So let your smartphone make the change for you and enjoy that extra hour of sleep. Or just go about your night as normal, if daylight saving time is a